What's up YouTube, Cardfight Van Glasgow, and today we're doing a deck review, not Dark X this time actually. I've got a new deck. So I got Bermuda Triangle, Aurora Star Call. I've also got Shangri-la, but I need two more Shangri-las, but I'll go over that in a minute. So Bermuda Triangle, I've not done a clan breakdown on these yet. What I think they do is that they bounce stuff from your rearguard back to your hand and you get additional effects like rearguard or Vanguard get 4k, I don't remember, or you get an additional draw. I used to play these, but mine was never complete. This is new enough complete. I got this the other day. It runs quite smooth. All it really needs is perfect guards, but I'll go over that in a minute. So Aurora Star Call came out in EB6. I think it was Dazzling Divas. So yeah, I've got a playset of her here. She has Counterblast 2. When she attacks the Vanguard, I can pay the cost if I do. Soul Charge 1, choose one of my Bermuda Triangle rearguards, bounce it to my hand, and she gets 5k, and also she's a chain ride, which is quite nice. I quite like the art of her. I'm not a pervert by the way, but I quite like Aurora Star. I used to run her, but really incomplete. I've got two Shangri-las. She's quite hard to get. For a shiny promo, she's really hard to get. I'm not even kidding, but her effect's good. It's Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1. Choose one of your Bermuda Triangle rearguards, return it to your hand, and this unit gets 3k until the end of the turn. I may choose up to one call card from my hand, put it into the soul. If I do, Soul Charge 2. Now she's the chain ride for this, so when she's in the soul of her, she's 13k base. So I can usually just shove her into the soul if she's in my hand. She's a really good card. I've even got the storage box off her. That came in yesterday. No, that came in two days ago. I've got one break ride. I'm trying to fill out the grade 3s because I need two more Shangri-las. But the break ride, nevertheless, when a Bermuda Triangle rides over this, draw a card and choose up to two of my Bermuda Triangle rearguards and bounce them to my hand, and then my Vanguard gets 10k. So if you bounce stuff that has additional effects, you can easily get over 20k, well, almost over 30k. For the last grade 3, it's Prism Promised Labrador. I think I've said it wrong, but she looks like Emmy from Vanguard. We've not seen on Cardfight Vanguard G yet. That'll be interesting to see. But when this attacks, choose up to 3 of my Prism cards from my hand and call them to open. And if I do call 3, it gets 10k and a crit. And her act is Counterblast 1. Choose one of my rearguards with Prism in its name and bounce it back to hand. Of course, that'll be for the additional effects of other Prism cards. I quite. I used to own one, but as I said, used to. For the grade 2 lineup, is to play set off Shining Star. She is again the chain ride. She's a bit different when she hits the Vanguard. Choose one of my Bermuda Triangles in the front row and bounce it back to hand. If it's a fresh star, so the grade 1. No, if fresh stars in the soul, I can choose one Bermuda Triangle from the back row and bounce it. So you have more additional effects. Only got one of that. This could be transformed into Prism. I'm not too sure yet. Probably keep it with Shangri-La and build Prism in the background maybe. But her skill is Soul Blast 1 when she's returned to the hand from the rearguard. I may pay the cost. If I do, choose one of my Bermuda Triangles, and it gets 4k. So they're not confined with just one person. I think if you play, I might sound a bit biased here, but I think if you play Dimensional Police, you'll probably choose the Vanguard more. I'm not disagreeing with that. You probably would put it on the Vanguard for more pressure. So she's a double wear. I'm going to try and get more of her. This might be mixed. This could be mixed, I think. Not well. The Prism's got good skills, but it's debatable. I've got the duo White Crystal Eureka. Of course I've got one black. I prefer the black. This came This was introduced in EB10, which I found smart. But if you wanted a pure black deck, it would cost you the same, but a pest to get. But her skill is when she's bounced to my hand, if I've got a Vanguard Soul Charge one, and choose a card from a damage one and turn it face up. So of course already there's a lot of Soul Blasts, as we know, going off, so it'll be good to charge them. I've got 3 of this Prism Image Rosa. When she attacks, if my Vanguard is Limit Break 4, it gets 3k. As I said, it's a bit of a mix that can work. Of course, I was testing this yesterday and it was working quite well. But this can be transformed into Prism. It all really depends, to be honest. And last but not least, one 10k attacker. I've got another one. I'm using it as a proxy for Yu-Gi-Oh deck, but I'll probably switch it around. So I'll run 2 of her. Probably replace the 11k attackers. The grade 3 lineup is a playset of Fresh Star Coral. Oh wow, my camera's actually focused this time on this. When a grade 2 not named Shining Star rides her, look at the top 7 cards of my deck, and if there's one from among them, I just ride it. So it keeps the chain ride fresh. I need more of this Prism Image Clear. She's exactly the same as the grade 2, but a grade 1, which I quite like. I used to own more of her before I traded her, but this was last year when they first came out. I've got 3 8k attackers. I use them as boosts mainly. Still something good to make sure you get the power you need. One sweet harmony. When this is placed, I can counter blast one, and if I do, I choose a Bermuda card and bounce it back. So actually, I might try and get more of her. I know a friend who might have some of her if he's willing to trade, because then if I get stuff like Clear out, or the grade 2 version of, or other grade 2s, I can get additional effects from one counter blast. Effectively with the other grade 2s, if I can find them, White Crystal, it'll just be a free one. So I need to try and get my hands on more of her, because I've only got one, but she's fairly easy to get. And of course, 3 Mascot Lady, countable blast one. If it's a limit break, she becomes a 9k boost. This deck's not that counter blast heavy, to be honest. It's more Soul Blast heavy. So I will find ways to fix this up. Now for the grade 0 setup is 4 crit. It's pretty much rainbow, but some of them have their own effect. Prism Miracle, I'm going to say Irish. Please feel free to tell me I'm wrong. She's the same as the grade 1 and the grade 2. Soul Blast 1. When she's returned to the hand, choose a unit, get 4k. To be honest, it will be slightly broken with Labrador, because you'll go, okay, counter blast 1, bounce them, bounce them. So we can counter blast 3, bounce 3, but then it's Soul Blast 3 to give hard all the 4Ks if you wanted to. It will apply pressure. Then you superior recall them, and she'll go up by 10k in a crit. So she might be something off building. I'm thinking now. Of course, 4 heals. You can't really see because I'm trying to. But yeah, 4 heals. I'm trying to keep the mess minimum, because after each deck review it's messy. So 4 heals, and 4 draws. And I can put her into soul, choose a unit, gets 3k, so yeah, something to put in the soul. And of course, the starter, Angelic Star Call. When Fresh Star rides on top of her, I look at the top 7 cards in my deck, and add the grade 2 or grade 3 to my hand, and then shuffle the deck. But if Fresh Star does not ride over her, she just moves back. So yeah, I quite like this build. Of course, it needs like an odd double rare on that. Of course 2 shangri-las, but if prisms are cheaper than I think, I might also build prisms. I know it's Bermudas are getting their own kind of clan booster, so it's like an extra booster set, but it's going to be a bit better. It'll be 5 commons and 2 rares or above. I can just imagine somebody getting a triple rare and an SP in a pack. That would be hilarious. But I think the price for the packs will be a wee bit more, since you're getting 5 commons and 2 rares or above. Also, from what me and my friend discussed yesterday, from one of the arts, it looked like a 3-card Legion. We could be totally wrong. They could be Strides, but we are interested in it. And as soon as cards are announced for that set, I'll have a nose through. But what I know from Bermudas is that they bounce stuff back from the field to your hand, and then you get additional effects from that, so like power, draw, soul charge, or draw one. So they are quite an a defensive deck, but with prisms it can be an offensive deck as well. So if I figure out the price for prisms, I'll probably build it with 4 Labrador, 4 Vert, 4 Clear. Where's the other one? 4 with her. I'd just see how it really goes. But of course it all depends on the price, because A, I'm struggling to find some, B, when I do they're expensive. But yeah, at the moment I'll finish it off for the Shangri-la deck, which I quite like because it's quite defensive. It has a small offense capability because you can get it on 16k on a own. Before boost, it's before boost and before triggers, and you've got +2 cards. So depending on your trigger set, it could be a potential +5. Also, this will have Stride in it. I'm waiting for it to come out in June. It's when you Stride, choose to bounce back. That will be good in prisms as well with her, but it all depends. So I also did do a deck review on Pure Mon, but I have not uploaded that yet. I've been a bit busy, but I'll try and upload more videos soon, and we will see you soon, and subscribe for more.